So if you're someone who really struggles with early extension in a downswing, and no matter what you do to be able to try and fix it, drills for example, you still cannot fix it. This is a problem that can last with people for decades, but the only reason why that does is because they're not addressing the problem properly. And in this video, we're going to go through a step-by-step process, and I'm going to show you one of the progress of one of my students here, one of my online students, and you're going to see we took this step-by-step kind of guide with him, and you're going to see by that the immediate difference in just a month on being able to fix that early extension. So I'm Jonathan Chown with JChownGolf. Let's get right into this and finally fix that awful early extension. Now, the reason why you can't fix your early extension is because you don't know the reason why you're early extending. Now, early extension is all an after effect of something else that's happened in the golf swing prior. And actually, early extension is something that is in your swing to probably help you hit a good golf shot. So it's actually something in there that your body needs to be able to produce a decent shot. But if we want to get rid of it, because of course it stops out rotation, causes you to flip the hand, many different things that can cause you to shank it as well. So we need to get rid of the reason of early extending. So the root cause, that's what most of you guys don't know. And we're going to put up here with my student Ollie, from my online coaching here. Now, Ollie had a very stereotypical kind of root cause to early extension. And you're going to see in here, there's going to be a line going down from his armpits down towards the ground. Now, what that means is his upper body, where his armpits are in front of his toes in that picture there. Now, when your armpits are in front of your toes, is your upper body is now, the mass of it is in front of your lower body. So if you are swinging a golf club and a golf club picks up speed in the golf swing, when something picks up speed, it also picks up weight. So you can imagine, upper body way in front of my lower body. If I'm picking up speed, what have I got to do to balance myself? I have got to early extend just to keep myself from falling over onto my face. If I keep my posture being very bent over here, coming through the ball, I'm generally going to fall over. I'm going to be right onto my toes. Imagine you're on a tightrope. You're trying to balance on a tightrope. So you've got like a big, a cavernous ravine or something underneath you. You're trying to balance here. Let's say you put your upper body forward over that tightrope, so over the edge. What you're going to do is a counter reaction straight away. You're going to rebalance yourself by moving back. Same thing happens in a golf swing. Just we're moving in motion, we're picking up speed with the golf club, we have to stay in balance. So very easy, and this is most of you who early extend do this, is we've got to set up to that golf ball and we've got to make sure our upper body is on top of our lower body. So my armpits have to be around my balls, my feet area, like we have with Ollie here. This was our root cause to our problem. If this was not fixed, he would have never been able to fix his early extension. Would have never happened. So if your upper body is now on top of your lower body, now you could continue to swing a golf club and stay in posture and you'll keep your balance. So if, like we said, if you're at a place where you can't keep your balance, you're going to early extend to stay there. You're going to be now with your upper body on top of your lower body. It's going to be way easier to move in the golf swing. So we can see there just a quick little posture kind of change, and that improved and that enabled us to work on there. It could be, you could be someone who's steepening the shaft and then standing up. I'll put a little link up there, a little card for reasons why you could, your root causes for early extension. So once our root cause is fixed, now we get into more of the fun part of working on some drills. So as we said, we have to know the reason why we're swinging early and we're early extending in there. If we're not doing that, we're pretty much skipping the most important step of the whole thing, and that's really what people are doing all the time. So really, to work on some drills now, before we get into this, which is probably very familiar to all of you, the chair drill for your early extension. But we have to now manage to feel what we need to feel in the downswing. So over exaggerating the feel of what we want. Now we've got, let's say for Ollie here, you're going to see him doing it in a minute, is we're in better posture. So now I don't have a reason for early extending, but I probably still will just out of habit. So I've got to, ingrain it out of it. So what we can see here with Ollie, we were then implementing some very extreme feeling practice swings where you can see he's really trying to rotate quite hard. His pelvis is going backwards. He's extremely the opposite of what early extension is, and that is really moving back, almost flexing down towards the ground. That's a really helpful thing. We have to over exaggerate the other way to be able to make a change. It's not enough just doing it properly. We have to do the opposite move because our subconscious will not let us swing normally, especially when there's a golf ball in the way. So once we got enough reps in over exaggerating, I would recommend as many as you possibly can. So this could be without a golf ball, at home, anywhere, in between shots, you know, minimum of 3 really over exaggerated fills. Now we move into our drill. So you can see we have got the chair here. So very classic drill. Now I normally hate this drill, and I only hate this drill is because people are doing it and not knowing their root cause. When you know your root cause, this drill will help. So as you can see here, I'm just going to stand to this where my pelvis is just touching the chair. So all I need to do here, as we see with Ollie doing it, is moving back, almost pushing the chair backwards. Let's get this a little bit close to me. Almost pushing back into the chair as we're going back, and then trying to physically push the chair backwards whilst we're going down there. Again, it's just like an extra little feel for this drill. We don't just want to be keeping our pelvis on it and just touching it. We want to be physically trying to push it back. We have to extreme the feel to be able to override it. We have to do it. So now we've got our better posture. We've done some, you know, exaggerated feels. Now we've got to push this back in the backswing and the downswing to get the better move here. So let's just do a small one, small soft one, just to make sure we're getting the pelvis moving how we want to. So you can see there, I really exaggerated that move mid downswing. That is what I want to feel, because now this is the bit that you're all familiar with. Now you just grind in the reps, put in a lot of reps here. So I'm going back, really pushing it back, pushing it down as well. This will be useless if my posture was like this, the stereotypical athletic posture. Stand like Jack Nicklaus who stands the ball, stand like Arnold Palmer, stand like Gary Player. All those players from back then, Sam Snead obviously a little bit further back, they all had this posture. They were in bad posture, but what did they get to at impact? Good posture. Don't want to be standing here like, you know, you're, let's say, a goalkeeper waiting to, you know, receive a penalty, if that's going to result in coming out of posture. We don't want that. So let's push it back, one more swing, really trying to push it back on the way down. That's going to prime us to do what we want. So the final stage here to making this change, and as we can see, we'll put a bit of Ollie up there right now, and you can see how Ollie is swinging way better in his posture. He's not coming out early extending anymore. He's rotating better as well. He's rotating a hell of a lot better, because you're gonna, if you're not early extending, you're gonna rotate better, freer through the golf ball. But there's a little thing, we're not just hitting the golf ball at the moment. We are thinking, again, extreme. We are trying to get in those extreme positions still. So I'm still gonna feel like that chair's there. I'm still gonna feel like I'm doing an over exaggerated drill, really trying to push backwards, flex down, and that's going to be what I'll be thinking and feeling whilst I'm hitting a normal golf shot. So let's do that here, really feeling like, just imagine that chair's still there, still trying to push it down. And that's really how I'm going to be then implementing all those feels into normal shots. Now after that, there is one more step, and that's called rinse and repeat. Keep on practicing, keep on doing it, go through this process. You need to know your root cause, then you need to be able to over exaggerate. Absolutely 100% have to do that. People don't do that enough. And 3, you need to be able to do that chair drill. And 4, of course, really making sure you're still feeling those feels from there. Now, again, actually, there probably is one more, but I'm filming from it at the moment, and that is film your swing whilst you do it. The only way you're going to know if you improve at this is filming your swing. You can get all the feedback in the world from that, but you need to see your swing at the same time as well. So really get a tripod, put a little mount for your phone, put it on there, and then film your swing and just look at that one little bit. Are you staying in there? You figured out your root cause. Are you now staying back in your posture? Once you do all those, you'll make that change just like Ollie. It's not as complicated as you might think. And this applies to any problem in the downswing in golf. You've got to find out what's happening earlier in the golf swing that's causing it. And then it's quite simple with the steps you need to do to be able to fix it. Most of you guys out there are just doing, step 3. That's all you're doing. That is not going to do anything. You need all the other little bits in there. Properly practice. Make the most out of your time. Don't just hit balls aimlessly trying to fix it. So for all of you early extenders out there, I hope this really helped you. So just like I said, there are many reasons to why you could early extend. This was just in Ollie's case with his posture. I would say that is probably the most common for sure. And I know a lot of you guys won't know that out there. So there is, I said I'll put a card up back then. There would have been a card up there for different reasons as well. And of course, if you want to send in an online lesson on Skillist, I'll put a little link down for that so we can have a good work together and really get to the bottom of that. But if you really like that video, of course, click that like button. So if you really found and learned something about early extension, definitely hit that like button. If you want more golf instruction just like this, hit the subscribe button and hit that bell button too, so you're notified every single time I put out a video. So know your root cause, Then work on exaggerated feel. Work on a feedback orientated drill. Feel it over the golf ball, rinse and repeat. Then you'll be able to fix your early extension.